Okay, this is a check-in with myself, a daily journal. We were going through some of Sophia's old journals yesterday from like 2021, and it made me so grateful. And it made me so grateful for documenting things and being able to reflect on my past self. And I was kind of sad because I don't journal as much. I journal about my goals and I journal about what I'm grateful for, and that is journaling, but I don't write out all my thoughts. And that reminded me kind of why I love this video journaling, because I always struggled with the writing things down. At the rate I could write, my mind felt like it was moving faster than that. And it's like, oh, I do have the journal. I have almost 180 videos on here documenting my life, and it's like accountability that people are seeing it, and it's accountability for myself, and it makes me kind of think about how to tell a story or how to talk about my day. And so reading Sophia's journals with her was interesting. It reminded me, she tells her stories, this is what happened, this happened, then this happened, then this happened. And for me, I try and kind of think about what to say beforehand, and then or what to start with, and then I just talk. But it's a reminder I can just talk about the day. Today was a weird day. I know travel is glamorized on social media, and I am loving this trip, but this is my first Christmas away from my brothers, my parents. I'm in a country, or I'm in a city that there's no English spoken, very little English. So Sophia, my girlfriend, is the only person that I've spoken to in a meaningful way in English here in front of me in the past 2 weeks. Now, that is a lot of contrast for me. That's very different to what's typical, because I run a business talking to people and helping people connect, and I'm in the world of connection every day, and I go to a men's circle, and I go to my gym, and I talk to my friends. And I think this is just the journey of an explorer. And I was reading a Christmas card from my mom, my dad, and my brother, and I broke down in tears, and I wasn't going to read it. I was kind of packing away the other ones that my mom had made, and Sophia's family speaks very little English, and so I was checking if my mom had written the cards in Spanish or English, and she wrote them in Spanish, and I was so amazed by her, because I was half expecting to have to translate them. And so she wrote them in English, and I was looking at mine, and my card said have fun, be silly, eat lots of food, and I just saw it through it was folded, but I saw it, and I was all right, I want to read it. And I was missing them a lot, and I read it, and I just broke down and probably cried for 10 minutes. And Sophia supported me, and she did really well, and it felt great to be supported by her. But it's just I know that I have just changed environments completely. I'm not working out the same way. On the Gold Coast, 10 o'clock is late, and we're staying up till 1, 2 a.m. I've had a massive work year, and the past couple of weeks we've had a rule within the business, because I'm going away and because we're coming to the end of the year, no new projects. And so I'm not working on new things, and then we're on a operations break right now, and we're on a break so that we're not doing our meetings, we're not doing the leaders call. And so I think this is great. This is really important to me for creativity and innovation, is flipping my life on its head. But I definitely am doing that, different foods, more isolation, loneliness at times, even though I have my partner and I love our connection and we have great conversations. Today I had a day of watching TV and chilling out and not working out and I didn't even leave the house. And it's interesting to do that because I have a list of things that I know are good for my mental health, and I was going to go for a run and then didn't. And then I missed a call from my brother, and then I called him back, or I texted him and said, sorry, I missed your call. It's 11 o'clock. Like, I doubt you're up. And he was up, and we had a great conversation. And now I believe, like, I didn't go on my run because I was meant to have that conversation with my brother. And I was talking to him about everything happens for a reason, and I believe that. And this is just a part of, I consider myself an explorer, and I believe if I was put in any time period in history, I would be exploring. And I love exploring cultures, people, connections, places, food, everything. I love exploring, I love connection, and this is just a part of that. And I'm reading like Matthew McConaughey's book, Green Lights, and it just reminds me, like, to truly appreciate something, you have to be, not have to be, but it helps to be deprived of it. And I'm not saying that's necessary, but I do know that next year, if I'm with my family for Christmas, I know I'm gonna cherish it that little bit more. I know that when I get back to Australia, I'm gonna cherish that, hearing my language everywhere. Have more respect for the hundreds of people in my community that have moved to Australia without speaking English. And it's like, I'm an explorer, I'm an artist, and this is difficult at times, I will admit, but it's feeding my perspective, it's feeding my creativity, it's nurturing my mind, and the difference is good, although I knew it was going to be challenging. And my brother is 16, and he has about a year and a half left of school. He is in Bali finishing high school, and he lives there with my parents. And something he asked me, and I loved his metaphor, was like, he was asking me about the last day of school that I had, because I dropped out of high school and went to university at 16, and I had 2 days notice on my last day because I had a doctor's appointment on the Friday. I put my forms in, and I had a couple of days notice. And I remember walking out of the gate and instantly feeling like, I had thought, school's over, I'm done. And I walked through the gate, and it hit me that school was over, but now I was walking into the school of life. And I had this really, like, big experience, and this thought that in that moment that everything about the school I was at, it felt like a bubble, and it felt like, okay, all of that is behind me. I'm now walking into the real world, and I love my life outside of school. Like, the adventures I've been able to create, everything that I've been able to do, and not just my achievements, but the experiences I've been able to create and go on for myself has been incredible. And so that's just a reminder for myself, like, I'm still in a school, and in order to learn, there is difficulty. And I was saying to my brother, because he used the analogy of, it feels a little bit to him like he's snorkeling and he's in the big blue ocean and he can go anywhere he wants. And I said, yes, I understand that, but you have to keep listening to that voice of intuition in you, the one that says, no, I don't want to do this, no, I do want to do this. And I think I said to him, like, most people aren't happy because they stop listening to that voice. And so my reminder is to keep listening to that voice, keep going through what I'm going through, because everything happens for a reason. And in the past 4 years, almost everything that I've been able to look back at, I have believed it has happened for a reason, and it's been a part of my journey. And so I said to my brother, like, yes, it's a big blue ocean, but if you're swimming and you get stung by a jellyfish, maybe once you wouldn't think much of it, but if you got stung by a jellyfish again, you wouldn't touch the jellyfish. And So for him, he's interested in going to the mines, and I said to him, like, yeah, you can do that, but if you hate it, don't silence the voice. Find a different thing. And I think to me, life is about finding the different things and listening to the voice of what lights your soul on fire and what doesn't. And for me, it's taken years to kind of process and understand that. Like, a lot of people may look at me as this like driven and clear person, and I've always known, but for me, Sunset Crew is a business I run. It exists to bring humans together and to create more connection in the world. And it's almost 4 years old. In April, it'll be 4. And for 3.5 years, I didn't know how we were going to make money. I didn't know what it would be. I didn't know what it was turning into. And it was about 1 year and 10 days ago. I was in a cave in Thailand. We were doing a meditation about our heart, and we had to walk into our heart. And that week at this tantric yoga retreat that I booked on a whim, I went and learned and accepted that connecting people was my purpose and my passion. And that was so powerful for me. And I decided that I would find a way to bring humans together and to make it my full-time thing. And I'm so grateful that happened. So this is a check-in on myself. Travel can be isolating. Being in a foreign family feels different, but it's not bad. It's just a part of my journey. And that's my reminder. It's not bad. It's just a part of my journey. And in order to have amazing days that I cherish, I have to have days that feel a little bit weird or feel a little bit off, and I've just got to pay attention to it. I know I could have exercised. I know I could have eaten differently. I know I could have gone on an adventure, but these days are important too. And if I would have gone for the run, I would have missed the call with my brother, and I needed to talk to my brother today. So everything happens for a reason. I am being shaped as an explorer, and even the most loving moments can still shape me and can still create. There can still be tough moments even with the people I love the most, and that's my reminder, that's my check-in. And I'm grateful for the ability to document my thoughts and document my journey.